So here we are. It's the holidays, season for giving. Most of us are enjoying each other's company and giving and receiving. And so, but there's also, as with most things, there can be a shadow side as well. And, so if you're feeling some emotional baggage or density, don't beat yourself up. I think that one of those one of the ways in which that can come out this time is dealing with the energy of taking and giving, right? And sometimes there's some confusion there because a lot of us feel like a good way to show love is through overgiving, right? The more I give, the better the person feels, or the better I feel. Um, More is better, right? That's kind of the mantra, and that's not honestly the case, in my opinion. To be quite honest, I feel like overgiving is poisoning your relationships. Now that sounds dramatic, but to overgive is like a sneaky way of taking. So bear with me. What I mean by that is when people giving is beautiful, right? Sharing, it creates bonds. It's in this like sense of abundance, right? But over giving, what I mean by that is when you give beyond your capacity, right? You are compensating for the emotions or the feelings inside of yourself, or the inadequacies that you may feel that you don't want to deal with. So in essence, you're kind of abandoning your heart, right? And you're, instead of addressing what's disturbed inside of yourself, you're actually taking on false responsibility for your loved ones and their well-being and their feelings by overgiving, um, and trying to navigate their emotional states, right? And shift that spotlight off of your own. So I know it comes from a good heart, and I'm not saying that people who maybe consider themselves overgivers are bad necessarily. It's not like that. I just think that they're avoiding some emotional pain, whether that's aloneness, which is big this time of year, rejection, abandonment, guilt, resentment, separation. Um, those things tend to get amplified around the holidays, and so that's why these things can creep up, and sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. But the true spirit of giving is giving within capacity, right? There's a balance there that's important. Same with giving and receiving, and so I think that people subconsciously overgive as a form of self-protection or preservation, whether it's in their own eyes, makes them feel good about themselves, or in the eyes of their loved ones. Um, but what happens is it also leads to resentment, right? Because what happens when, I'm sure we've all been there, where you splurged, or you went all out, did something really nice for someone that they didn't ask for, and when you don't get the response that you were maybe hoping for, it doesn't feel too good, right? And the reason is because, again, you're trying to fill this void inside by projecting your value, um, onto somebody else's response to your giving. And so, I don't mean to say all these things to make you feel bad about yourself. But what I want to do is just get you to honor your own feelings, right? Um, Acknowledge your own heart, and what do you need? What do you need from yourself? What do you feel like is lacking inside that makes you seek this external, validation or praise? because I think at the root of all of this is just, a scared child that needs a hug, which is totally fine. We all go through it. And so, if you find yourself stretching too thin this season, just take some time and, take a step back and reflect and see, am I good inside? Is there, am I good, right? So check in with yourself, and if you notice somebody else, maybe it's a parent or another loved one, that tends to overgive, and just recognize that it's probably coming from a good place, but they're just wounded inside. They're hurting somewhere inside, and so just show them as much compassion as you can. And yeah, I think that by doing that, by shining a little compassion inside and out, we can make the most of this season. So anyway, hope you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.